and they use predominantly Instagram. And for those that I'm not that knowledgeable on Instagram. One second, sorry. I'm not that knowledgeable on Instagram. I do know that it's been around for some time now. It was bought by Facebook, probably 2013, something like that. And what you can do, you can post photographs, videos on your profile that your followers then get access to. You can tell stories, etc. And you can also send direct messages to your followers using LinkedIn. And it really got me thinking, because on Thursday, of course, we were talking about videos and the benefit of doing visits. And I know everybody here in this room wants to post videos consistently. You know, intellectually, logically, it builds authority. You know that it probably generate inbound leads. You know that a lot of your market are on these social media platforms. So here's my question to you. Since you know that, the next question is, why aren't you doing it? And before you say, oh, I'm really busy, when people say they're busy, what they're really saying is, I'm giving priority to something else. Because at the end of the day, we've all got the same amount of time. So the brutal truth is, everyone wants the results, but few people are prepared to pay the price, because there is a price that you have to pay. 82% of recruiters that we talk to tell me that they want to post videos. Here's the number that really matters. Only about 12% post 2 or more videos for 4 weeks in a row or more. That gap, by the way, has got nothing to do with talent, nothing to do with technology. For those that have posted, you know, all you need is a phone. That's it. That's all you need is a phone. You don't even have to write the scripts now. You can get AI to do that for you. But what you're saying, if you're not doing it and you're having trouble finding clients, you know what's going on here. It's a mindset. You're losing business, not because you're not good enough, but because you're not visible enough. And as a consequence, most of your potential clients do not know you. And here's what we know. If they don't know you, they're very unlikely to give you business. So here's a question for you. Think about your main competitor out there. If your main competitor was to post 6 videos a week, every week for the next 90 days, what do you think would happen to your market share? There's a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it's written by a gentleman by the name of Steve Kobe, who sadly is no longer with us. In the book, he compares trust in a relationship to that of a financial bank account. And he argues that every interaction acts either as a deposit, building trust, or withdrawal. So making deposits in a relationship is keeping promises and commitments, showing kindness, courtesy, respect, showing up consistently, listening actively. When you make a mistake or do something, apologizing sincerely for your mistakes. They're deposits. And withdrawals are breaking a promise or missing a deadline, being rude or disrespectful, ignoring or cutting somebody off, betraying confidence and inconsistency. And he argues that when you're interacting with people, you ask yourself that question: have I just made a deposit into this relationship? Have I made a withdrawal? And the reason I share that with you is every single video that you post, when done properly, you're making a deposit into your market's trust account. Every time you disappear, it's a withdrawal. Very subtle, but again, think about your competitors. If they're giving value after day after day after day, or somebody that posts once a month or whatever, every excuse you make is a withdrawal. And most of you are trying to make massive withdrawals, you know. So then when you reach out to the hiring manager, you're saying, you got any vacancies? Give me, I'll get some candidates for you. But you're trying to make a withdrawal from an account that you've never, ever made a deposit in. There's no relationship there, but you're asking. Think about that and think about how you feel when somebody's asking from you and you're like, I don't even know who you are and I've got no relationship with you. And I want to be clear, one video is not going to make you rich. That one deposit won't do it. But 50 videos, you all here know what compound interest is, and you can't ignore it. And this is what this conversation is about. It's about making those deposits, but doing it consistently. Just give me a yes in the chat if that's making sense. I want to make sure that's making sense. If it's not making sense, please let me know. Just give me a yes if it's making sense. No, it's not. Great, it's making sense. So ask yourself this question. Are you making deposits when you reach out to people or withdrawals? But the problem is you keep, not say you, but a lot of people keep closing the account down, so to speak, because you post a few videos, you don't get an instant return, so you stop. But you can't get compound interest if you keep closing your account. It's impossible. You've got to be consistent in doing this. So, what is your current balance in your market? Because if you're overdrawn, you need to just think about it. Your first 10, 15, 20, 30 videos are not your legacy. They're your market research, quite frankly. But done at 60% beats perfect at 0%. The market won't remember your first shaky video. They will remember that you keep showing up. Performance to service. Fear lives in how do I look?
Yeah.
And that's a big challenge for a lot of people. How do I look?
Yeah.
Here's the question to ask. How can I help? Who did I help today? When you make the conversation about serving the hiring manager and the candidate, that fear shrinks. Because we only have fear when we're focused on ourselves. If you ever go into a call and you're feeling nervous and apprehensive and all the other stories that you're running, all those tabs that run, as you're having the conversation, you're focusing on yourself. The video, the sales call isn't about you. You should be focusing on the hiring manager. If you're interviewing, you should be focusing on the candidate. I want to repeat that. It's not about you. And something else that you may be offended by, the candidate or the hiring manager doesn't actually care about you in most of the time. They're not thinking about you at all.
Yeah.
And again, I want to emphasize how, first of all, our videos are 45 seconds to a minute. We're not doing War and Peace, and the reason we do it is because we want to put it on Instagram, so it's slightly shorter on Instagram. So I'm trying to think, 400 words, 500 words. That's it. 7 things candidates must do before their next interview, and it's just bullet points. It really is that simple. Don't overcomplicate it for anybody. So. Some of the shift that you need to make, I've touched on from perfection to progress. So your first 20, 30 videos aren't really very good. Number 2, from performance to service. So fear is all about you focusing on yourself. Number 3 is go from motivation to identity. Motivation says, I want to post. Identity says, I am the recruiter who posts 6 days a week, every week. That's just who I am. Because we always perform to our identity. So again, coming back to some things that you're saying, Suzanne, and I said you're arguing for your limitations. If you keep arguing for those limitations, they then become your identity and you will always perform to your identity. Because how would it be to say, do you know what? Sometimes, Terry, I get really nervous about it, but I just do it. Because that's who I am. Even when I'm a little bit apprehensive, I just bloody do it. Because otherwise, you'll just stay stuck. So the real enemy, it's not time, it's the story that we tell ourselves. I don't have time is simply I'm giving something else a priority. I don't know what to say means I'm scared of being judged. That's very common. I need it to be perfect actually means I'm scared of not being good enough. You need to understand what's underneath the language that you're sharing. There's another one is, but Terry, the camera adds £10. It adds £10 of self-doubt. That's what it does. It's self-doubt. Fact, everybody here is an experienced recruiter. You place people. You've had meetings with hiring managers. Very rarely is a hiring manager or a candidate going to say something to you that you just think, wow, I haven't heard that before. You've negotiated. You know where the market's going. You know what candidates are looking for. You know what hiring managers are looking for. That's your content. You're speaking to hiring managers every day that are sharing with you their challenges. Again, if anybody's cautious about sharing their opinion, say to them, say, this is my opinion. This is what the market is telling me. Blah, 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 blah. Would love to get your thoughts. You'll get a discussion. Your mindset story becomes your market story. If you tell yourself you're not a video person, your market will believe you.
Mm.
What's a story that you've been saying to yourself that's costing you authority? And that authority is costing you business. We say this all the time. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your system. Put together a system where you go, okay, again, don't mind sharing this. I might say on a Saturday, over the weekend sometime, right, I'm going to do 5 videos. I'll do them at Monday at 10 o'clock between 10 and I can do, because I will write them over the weekend very quickly. I will do 5 videos in about 30 minutes. It's done. But it's in the calendar. But you've got to have a system for doing it. If you start saying, I'll do it when I've got time, it's never going to get done. Create a system that you're going to work to. And the other thing I'd encourage you to do, don't just do one, do a few. Think of some ideas. Think of some of the things that your hiring manager and your candidates are saying to you. So we're going to do a 60 seconds of honesty here. I want you to answer these questions in your head. But if you're brave and your ego gets out of the way, share them with me. Question number 1. If your ideal client Googled you or looked for you on YouTube, would your videos make them trust you or forget you? Question number 3. What's the real cost to your business I asked this earlier, if your competitors were to post 6 days a week for the next 90 days, but you didn't? And remember this. If you're not sending a message, silence is a message. And right now, your market is reading yours. So that's the mindset. But I want you to write this down, please. I want you to do some action. So grab a pen, write this down. And it's this. So grab and write this down. So you're either the owner or director of a business, or I am a consultant of a recruitment business that shows up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to help my niche hire better. So let me repeat that. I am an owner or consultant of a recruitment business that shows up 4 days a week to help my niche hire better. What I want you to do, I want you to stick that on your monitor. I want you to put that somewhere that you can see it every day. But I want you to tell your colleagues, your team, but also tell your partner. This is identity. If you start saying that, that becomes your identity. Action number 2, the bank deposit. This is what I want you to do in the next 24 hours. Record and post one 45-second video. Here's the subject. The biggest mistakes I'm seeing your niche and clients make right now and how to fix it. Remember I said we need a system. Block out 60 minutes for your content factory between now and next Monday. Just block out 60 minutes. This is a content factory. I'm going to get stuff done. So I want to leave you with this. The market does not reward the best recruiter. It's not a case of the best recruiter to get all the business. The market rewards the most visible and trusted expert. You don't need to be the best looking or the best one on camera. You do need to be the most consistent in your niche. Done is the new perfect. Visible is your new credible. In the next 90 days, you can be the person who tried video once, or you can be the person everyone in your market knows, trusts, likes, and wants to work with. The choice is not made in 90 days. It's made every day, like today. So will you be the lighthouse this week? The market's waiting to hear from you.